this is how I paid only 55 euros for a Gigabyte B660 DS3H. And this is how you can do it as well. Sort of. I will explain everything in detail after I tell you to subscribe to the channel. It's completely free for you, but it helps me immensely. Let's start with a bit of context. I was planning to build a PC in the sub 1000 euros range. I already had a i3 12100, which is currently installed right here on the motherboard. And by the way, expect a video about this CPU because it's insanely good for just 140 euros. So my obvious choice was a B660 for the motherboard. I looked on Amazon and the cheapest, this one, goes for around 140 euros. Unacceptable to flip a rig, too expensive. I looked on Facebook Marketplace and Subito.it, which is the Italian equivalent of Craigslist. But no B660 yet, they are too new. At this point I was kinda desperate. I went on eBay and I found an auction for a Gigabyte B660 DS3H. The starting price was around 50 euros, I can't remember exactly. In the post, it stated that it was working, used but as new. It seemed like a great deal. So, on the auctions day, while I was at school and my teacher was having a lecture, I was betting on eBay for a motherboard. Sorry Mattia, but business is business. 1 minute remaining. I make an offer for 80 euros. It seemed all good. I go back to the lecture and 15 seconds before the end, I check again and someone else made an offer. So I make an offer for 85 euros and I start shaking like crazy. Fortunately, I win the auction. I immediately play. I immediately pay. I was still in class, by the way, and I had an eBay coupon, so the total for this motherboard was 82 euros. Then I received the package and here's how it went. Today I've received this package. Let's unbox it and let me show you what's inside it. And there we have it. A Gigabyte B660 DS3H DDR4 motherboard. I bought this on eBay for just 82 euros. It's used but it's working. So I think I've made a really great deal. Let's see if there's something inside it, because otherwise it's a bad deal. And there you go. An ATX motherboard, Gen 12 compatible. Is there the shield? Oh no. They forgot to ship the shield. Why? Why? The shield is missing. But let's have a look at the motherboard itself. As you can see, a ton of connectivity, 6.5 PCIe extension, 4 DDR4 slots, the socket of course, all the power delivery and stuff. As for connectivity, we have 5 USB-A ports, a USB-C port, great, DisplayPort, HDMI, audio, LAN, and this analog. And that's pretty much it for today. Do you think I've made a great deal for just 82 euros? Or have I been scammed? Exactly. It didn't have the I/O shield, which wouldn't be a problem if this was for a personal build. But I need to sell this thing, so it's a major problem. I contacted the seller via eBay, which knew it wasn't included, but didn't state it in the post, and this is not correct whatsoever, but told me that they would have paid for the I/O shield if I could find one online. If I could find one. I looked everywhere. I even contacted Gigabyte Deutschland and Aorus Italia on Instagram, but they both ghosted me. But nowhere to be found. Pissed off, I go on. A couple of weeks later, I finally tried out the Mobo, only for it to not power on. Then I found the problem. This one right here. I was just trying out if everything worked for my next build when I found out that actually the motherboard is broken, and let me show you the issue. Can you see that little component? It doesn't make contact because it's broken. I can't zoom anymore in, but That pad is broken, so let me take the soldering iron and fix it. A component on the motherboard was broken and I had to solder it back in place. At this point I was really pissed off, so I decided to write a new message to the seller. I was really mad because I had to solder a component back on the motherboard while it stated that it was working, but I remained respectful because I don't want to be a jerk. The seller then offered me a 30% refund because of these two problems, which I accepted. And this brings down the grand total to just 55 euros. Kids, what have we learned today? You should never trust eBay posts. No, Jimmy Dumbass. We've learned that, first of all, you always need to check eBay auctions for great deals. And second of all, you always have to be a pain in the ass to the seller, but respectfully, so that you can have a discount or a partial refund in this kind of situation. Thanks for sticking until the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a like. If you've liked this video, you should check out this one, where I complain about a stupidly expensive USB-C hub. I'll see you in a week. Ciao!